an amazing little app for you. Now, I have to put full disclosure here first. This video is not sponsored at all. I'm not saying this app is foolproof, 100% foolproof or 100% correct. I'm just following it in hopes that it is, okay? And I thought you guys might enjoy this and like it because I did share it with some of you on my Patreon. If you don't know what that is, it's linked below. It's called This Mum at Home, but it's the Mums Thrive Club over there. And I was just on a live chat with you guys and I showed them or told them about the app and they seemed very interested, those members there. So I thought I would share it here actually on the channel because I was thinking, oh, maybe it might be useful for some other mums out there or just people in general that want to make maybe some lifestyle changes, but also just make grocery shopping and choices a little bit easier if you're concerned about ingredients. Like, I'm not talking about calories and stuff, I'm just talking about like the actual ingredients in things, wondering whether something's good for you or not good for you, having a little surprise awakening when you do scan stuff and see that things you thought were good because of the way they are marketed to us and they turn out not to be good. This is just something I want to share with you to open your eyes to some things, that's all. Like I said though, I'm not saying it's 100% because I can't guarantee that it's 100% correct, but if it is, and it looks like it kind of is when I'm comparing like labels to the actual scanning and stuff, then I think, yeah, this is just going to help you make some little improvements in your life and for you and for your family, especially if you're concerned about, like I said, all these things that you're buying in your groceries, and not only food too, like, so not only food and drinks, but also like skincare stuff like shampoos, conditioners, lotions, face skincare, like just all that type of thing. It will give you some advice on that stuff as well if you're interested. So let me dive straight into it. This app is called Yuka. I think that's how you spell it. I will put it up here on the screen like the actual app picture in the app store. That's on Apple. I'm not sure if it's the same on Google Play, but I would have to assume so. It's here, this picture here. Look for that. There is two different ones, but this is the one with this picture is the one that I've got, and that's the one I use. Basically what you do, I'll just open mine up. Alright, so basically once you have the app downloaded, you just tap on it, click down the middle bottom where it says scan, and then find a product, whether it's in the supermarket, which I've done a million times because it can be a little bit obsessive, I'll admit, or something at home. You want to see how good or bad it is. You just scan the product and it's going to give you a score out of 100. This one says 57 out of 100, it's good. You just sort of press it like this, like scroll the screen up, and then it will tell you, you know, what's good about it, obviously is in green, and anything that's negative. Now the good thing about the Sunbites, for example, is that with the additives, it has no risky additives. So you can click on it, click on more info on the additives, and it will show you exactly what the additives are and if they're risk-free, high risk, low risk, that type of thing. So it helps you make a more informed decision on products that you're actually purchasing. It will also show you obviously the negatives, and obviously it's a bit too caloric, is that what it says? So calories, obviously. Just click down there and you can sort of see how it's working. So it gives it a bit of a gauge on where it should be, basically, if you want it to be good. Now, how I actually found the Sunbites myself was because I actually scanned Shapes in the supermarket. As you can see, Shapes give a 16 out of 100, bad. It's high in sodium, energy, obviously, and the saturates as well. So I was like, oh, what do I do? Like, we love Shapes, we like little bags of chips as treats and stuff. What's a better alternative? You can scroll up and sometimes it will show you this section that has recommendations. So it was showing me different things that we could have, and I came across the Sunbites here, and that's when I went looking for the actual multi-packs and I scanned them. So that was fantastic. I love that it gives you alternatives. And it will tell you when you click on those as well. Like, you can click on any of these, for example these sea salt, the sea salt mini bites, which is like a mini rice cracker. No additives in the sea salt ones. Now the ones that have the salt and vinegar, they maybe will have it. I don't know if I've scanned those, I'll have to have a look, but you know, everything on that is actually really good. So just some different alternatives and choices. Obviously you can see here things that I've scanned everywhere in the supermarket. So look, the Grain Waves are actually good, 57 out of 100. It's not excellent, but it's good. No additive, no risky additives at all, which is amazing. Look at that. What else have I done? Oh, the mini pretzels, which I was surprised about. I think I scanned, so it's a little bit on the sodium and the energy, but not too bad compared to like chips and things. No additives though. I don't know if I scanned, well, these are bad, obviously. We don't buy these, but I just scanned these to sort of see what it would come up with because they're flavored in the supermarket. 48, so it's a pour, high in energy and the sodium. Well, it's not too bad, but it's still at 48. So you can look at stuff like this and go, okay, well, I'm okay with that, so I'll still buy it, you know. So it's really just so you can make a better informed decision. I don't know if you can see the picture of the potato chips there, but I did scan one of those boxes just to have a look and see what chips would come up with. So 37 out of 100. It's because of the energy and the sodium's quite high in a small packet, obviously, because it's a tiny packet. But again, it gave me recommendations on different things that you could have. When I saw, like, so this is really interesting, obviously, looking at like the kettle chips. I think because they're baked and not fried too, maybe that's why. But I started seeing corn chips being offered, obviously, and I thought, well, I wonder what kind of corn chips we could have. So obviously I went hunting. I scanned just the original salted ones, which I thought were always pretty good, but high in sodium, energy, and saturates in it, even though they're just a sea salt on them. So I ended up seeing down here some alternatives. Tostitos, we actually love. Look at this. They're 90 out of 100. It's excellent. It's marked as excellent. And the only thing is the energy level. That's it. So that was amazing. No risky additives at all. They're all green, which is great. You can see I scanned so many different corn chips. I even scanned flour, which was interesting. I don't know. Let me have a look and see why it was bad. Oh, because of the additives. So there's 3 high risk additives in that and a limited risk in that one. I think when I did look through, oh no, it's not listed here. I'm sure I actually scanned, oh, that's almond flour. So, oh, that's right. I went from bad to this organic flour, which came up as poor at 49 out of 100. So that was much better. There is additives in it, only 1 high risk additive. So it was just that this one here was obviously better than this one here. You know what I mean? So 18 out of 100 compared to 49 out of 100. So it was just really quite an eye-opener for me, honestly. Things I thought would be okay were coming up not so great, and I was like, why? And then I could click into it and sort of see. And like I said, it can come up as bad because, you know, the calories, energy level is too high or something, or maybe the sodium's too high, which is like your salts and things. And I guess you just need to make your own decision on that, on whether maybe there's a better alternative or you're okay with what it's scanning at, you know what I mean? So I just take it at that. I just take it as something to inform me, and then I can make it an informed decision, basically. You can even scan things like meats, okay? So if you're in the supermarket, you're in just the pre-packed meat section and you want to figure out if something's good or bad for whatever reason, give it a scan. It will not work on QR codes. That's the only thing that's a bit of a bummer, because a lot of packaging now has QR codes, especially in Woolworths. But I was in Coles and I scanned, you can see the chicken here, trying to see if one was better than the other, basically. So let's just click on this and see. Okay, so 4 additives, 2 are high risk, 2 are limited risk on those particular chicken schnitzels. So then I was scanning, oh, what's this one? Chicken and garlic, 9 additives, 3 high risk there. So you can see that even with those that you'd think would probably be very similar, they are very different. 11 additives in this one, which we like these ones. Let me have a look at these. 4 high risk, 1 moderate risk, 1 limited, and then a few risk free. So, I mean, things are, obviously when it comes to meats and stuff, things have to be added to them usually for them to be in those packets for that many days. So this is why when you go to Costco and you want to buy the pre-packed, like, what is it, like the mince, for example, or just your chops and stuff like that, it's got like a 1 or 2 day expiry on it. It's because none of the additives are put into it. It's a bit like buying them at the butcher's, you know, they're doing it freshly there. So You know, you can go fresher, obviously, by going to the butchers, and that's something to consider, of course. But if you are limited on, you know, funds and or places you can go to and you're in the supermarket, at least you've got this app and you can give it a scan and sort of, okay, out of all these chicken things, what's better? What would I like to purchase? Do you know what I mean? So I just thought it was very handy for that. I even went through and scanned bread. That's right, scanned bread, thinking all these, like the Helgas and the Abbotts and things like that look like healthy breads, how do they weigh up? The Helgas, I scanned this thinking it would come up, you know, good. It came up poor at 49 out of 100. Additives, 1 high risk, 2 moderate risks, and it tells you what kind of additives, like I said. So I thought, oh gosh, that's terrible. And then I thought, okay, this Abbotts is actually pretty good as an alternative. But look at this. The bakery bread, because it's made freshly there, no hazardous substances, no additives in that bread. This is just the Coles bread that they do in the bakery fresh. It came up as that, which was great. So obviously when you're looking at different breads, let me see if I can find another one. Or even this one, look at this. 84 out of 100. So even if you want one off the shelf, not the fresh bakery one, even this one wasn't too bad, obviously. Maybe it's a bit higher in energy or something, and that's why it's a little bit lower than, what was it? The actual bakery bread, I think it was lower. Slightly lower, not by much. Yeah, I was just so shocked at what was bad and what was good. Oh, I'll tell you what was surprising actually as a shelf bread. Sunblest, the Tip Top Sunblest, 75 out of 100. For a shelf bread that obviously has to last quite a few days on the shelf, it does have, what brings it down is this additive, but it's a moderate risk. But as far as shelf breads go, I thought that was pretty good because I did scan their other Tip Top one and it came up as bad. It was a bit like the Helgas with all the additives and stuff in it to keep it obviously fresh. So that's what was interesting. You really got to scan everything thinking that, you know, Helgas would be better, but obviously it's not. Something like that could be better for you. It also showed me some other surprising things. I thought rice bubbles would be okay, right? I knew that they probably have a little bit of sugar in them, but I thought overall, you know, they're probably not so bad compared to some other cereals, right? They don't have a lot of flavoring or anything in them. I scanned the Woolworths Crispy Rice Pops. Here, they come up as 36 out of 100 poor. Additives, 1 high risk and 2 risk free there. And I thought, that's crazy. I just could not understand how that was bad. I scanned the Kellogg's one. No high risk additives or bad additives in there at all. Everything else was pretty good as well. So then I really did start to realize that even though the products looked and tasted the same, perhaps they may not be the same as far as, you know, the ingredients go. So I, for example, my dad had some home brand baked beans. Not saying all the home brand stuff is bad, but this is just what happened. The home brand baked beans he had at his house. He scanned them. I cannot remember if it was Coles or Woolworths, but he scanned one of them scanned good, and then the other home brand scanned not good. He scanned it, had all these additives and stuff in it, was really bad. And then I scanned the Heinz brand baked beans here and it come up really good. So I was just like, oh, there's such a difference, you know. So now when I go to the supermarket, for example, I went looking for soy sauce. So I started just scanning the soy sauce on the shelf, trying to figure out which one I was going to buy. I thought, oh, we'll just buy the one that's actually obviously got the better rating. Oh, let me have a look. So I ended up buying this one here. No additives in it. It's high in sodium, but all of them were pretty much high in sodium, obviously here. I think that's just a soy sauce thing. But I was pretty surprised at some of, like the Fountain one is the one that we normally buy, and it had a high risk additive in it. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe I should not be buying that one because of that reason. So, you know, you can go through if you're going to the supermarket for a product or you're doing your grocery list, you can sort of, you know, skim through and scan a few things and then just decide, you know, what is going to be better for you, basically. Look at this one. 3 additives, 1 moderate, 1 limited and 1 risk-free, so that's not too bad. But then the sugar's super high in it, which obviously makes it maybe a sweet soy, I guess. But yeah, it was just very interesting to see what you know, a brand that I have been buying for years, like the Fountain one. I'm like, oh, maybe there was a better alternative. That's all I'm trying to say. So I went with the better alternative and purchased that instead. It did cost me a little bit extra, but not that much, a few cents extra. And I thought, well, it's worth it to have something that's better for us, obviously. Another great thing you can do is if you're shopping online or just writing your grocery list, you can jump online onto the websites that obviously have products and you can shop online and find a product. So pasta sauce, for example, I thought, oh no, my pasta sauce, here you can click on the product. I thought this pasta sauce, because I love this pasta sauce and it's cheap, I thought it's going to be full of additives, it's going to be so bad. It's not. Let me show you. So if you click through the pictures, usually you can find a picture, not always, but most of the time you can find a picture with a barcode. And then grab the app and scan the barcode, and you can see what's good and what's not good on it. So this one has no additive. Well, it's got one additive in it, but it's not a high risk additive at all. No risky additives, it says. So how good is that? Let me see if I can do the Dolmio just as another example. They don't always have pictures with the barcode. That was the only thing I found. But most things I could actually find, which was fantastic. Let me scan this one. Let me get this up. 84 out of 100, which is good. Actually, I think the Woolworths one was better, the one I had, but it doesn't, I mean, that's not much of a difference. Look, it's probably just got the energy or something is a bit higher in this one, but still no additives in it. So how good is that? Something like a pasta sauce where you think, okay, something like that I should really make from scratch. The jar stuff's not so great. It's going to have all these things in it. Maybe it's not so bad. Do you know what I mean? Like that is going to save me time, because now I'm not thinking, oh, I should just make absolutely everything from scratch. I'm making spaghetti bolognese. We always have it. Everyone's like saying to me online, you should be making it from scratch. I don't need to worry about spending the extra money for all the ingredients to make it. I know that I can probably buy that pasta sauce jar there and it's okay. Do you know what I mean? It's not so bad. It doesn't have any high risk additives in it. So that's just going to save me time and money on top of that, right? So because I'm not buying all the individual ingredients. So I just thought it was very interesting, this app, and it came to like the sort of the skincare and shampoos and conditioners and stuff like that, and I thought, okay, let's start testing these and see what happens. Oh, the things that you think might be good and good for you, maybe not so good, especially when it comes to skincare. I was struggling with the whole skincare thing because I've always used for more than 20 years now that Simple brand, and it comes up not so great because of different things that it does have in it. Even though it doesn't have any added colors and perfumes and stuff like that, it still had these other chemical things that obviously most skincares have. So that was not great. It did show me some alternatives for, I think it was like for maybe the body washes or something like that. Maybe, I think it was Glow Lab. Some of their stuff came up really good. Things that had organic written on them didn't come up good. They still had the chemicals and stuff in it that they shouldn't. So that was very interesting. I think what I'd like to do with the skincare stuff for me personally, because anything you're putting on your skin obviously is soaking into your skin, so you know, bad stuff is happening there if you're doing it all the time, I guess. Again, this is totally individual personal choice on this, but I'm thinking, okay, I wonder, and I can't scan the barcode unfortunately because her products don't have barcodes on the pictures online, but Cora Organics by Miranda Kerr, they are certified organic, which I know I said the organic doesn't always come up, but she's very particular. I've watched so many interviews with her. This is how I got onto making better choices and stuff, just because of her backstory. I don't want to bore you with the story, but basically they were saying when she was a teenager, her mum got cancer, and then they started to be more conscious of the foods they were having, the skincare and all this kind of stuff. And they had this book, and it pretty much was like this app. It would tell you the different brands and things that were good, things that might not be not so good, bad, and all that. So they made just better choices. And I thought, I wish there was an app. Well, 2 hours later, would you believe it, 2 hours later, Isabella came home from her friend's house and she said, Mum, you know that Olay, I just bought Olay, the face cream, because I damaged my eye up here and I thought, I'm trying to fix it. And I bought it. She goes, you know that Olay stuff? Well, so-and-so's mum just scanned it with this app. It's really good, and it said it was really bad. I was like, oh my God. And I was like, an app? This is what I've just been thinking of for the last 2 hours. I was like, I wonder if there's an alternative to this book that they had like 20, 30 years ago. And that's how I got onto the app. But knowing Miranda's story and how she came up with that her whole skincare range, she just made it for her and her family, because there was nothing in Australia that was certified organic, that didn't have all these bad things in it. So I would be interested to scan that. I would be interested to buy it, scan it, and see if it's actually any good. It's just a shame that I can't actually do that on her website, sort of see. The other thing, I'll tell you what else was surprising that I scanned Isabella's, you know, Bubble, how she's obsessed with this Bubble skincare range. It's in Woolworths now, Bubble, because the bottles she has here doesn't have barcodes on them, because it was on the packaging, it was on the boxes. I was in the supermarket and I scanned, I thought, oh, please don't be bad, because I did read, before I let her use that, I read if it was okay for preteen skin and stuff, and it said it was fine. And so I scanned it. It actually come up better, scanned up better than my Simple brand stuff. I couldn't believe it. So she's even using stuff that's better than what I've been using this whole time. So yeah, just really interesting on these things. Shampoo and conditioners, I scanned a lot of shampoo and conditioners in the supermarket trying to find something, and there was nothing in the supermarket that was on the alternative list that I could find in the supermarket, but it's probably maybe at Chemist Warehouse or somewhere like that if I want to go down that route. Do you know what I mean? So I looked at bottles that looked, it said botanical and it was this and that, and the expensive packet, nah, all bad, all really bad. Bad things. But yeah, I mean, what do you do, I guess? But it's just those little changes that we're trying to make moving forward for us. I'm going to do this in the next video for sure. You'll see me. I'm about to go through my pantry and stuff today and have a look at things I want to change as far as things we've been buying. I don't want to waste anything, so we're going to use it, obviously, but I just want to make a conscious note of things that I want to use down and make a note of things that I'll do differently. I really want to go back to I guess the basics. You know, I call it my grandparents' era of food. My grandparents lived till in their 90s. I think they were both about 95 when they passed. And they just, I always think back to that time when I was a kid, because we spent a lot of time at my grandparents' house, and it was such a joyful time in that. And I was thinking about things that they ate. You know, they didn't really do takeaway. We also lived in a place that didn't have McDonald's and all that too, so we had a very different childhood compared to if, you know, my kids bring them up where I live now. You know, all that stuff's available, so we definitely do that for takeaway nights and stuff. But, you know, I was thinking back to things, you know, just the basics. They didn't have anything crazy in their pantries and stuff. Like, they didn't have 20 different bars, you know, muesli bars and protein bars and all these things. They really kept it simple, you know, meat and veggies and salad and stuff like that for meals. They did have cereals. My pop did have bowel cancer really late in life. Like, I think he was early 80s maybe, and he didn't die till he was like 95, by the way. He did beat the bowel cancer and everything, and maybe it's got to do with, I mean, he got the cancer, I guess. I can't say you're not going to get cancer or something, obviously, but, you know, maybe the healthy eating that they did do probably helped with that and recovery. But, you know, it was his age as well, you know. Not saying it's going to cure cancer or anything like that, but I think definitely the food you intake and the things you put on your skin and stuff has a lot to do with you know, not just cancer, but just anything, like feeling sick, unwell, and gut health, all that kind of stuff. But they were very basic with their stuff, you know. My nan would make this chocolate cake all the time, you know, from scratch. So I know sometimes she might get like I think she got like Betty Crocker, like the devil one maybe, possibly. But otherwise it really was just, you know, she baked all the time, nearly every second day, because that was the snacks. You'd have a piece of cake or a biscuit that she made, or a bowl of fruit and yogurt and custard, stuff like that she would do. So I just want to bring, I don't want to go, I know that I can't just completely go that, because I just wouldn't be able to, okay? I just know I couldn't. I'm not going to put myself up, like, set myself up to fail at all. But I do want to make some changes, reduce a lot of the junk that's in the the pantry. A lot of it's crept in of recent because I'm, you know, busy and stuff, so I like to just have snacks going there. I'm like, I don't have time for baking and stuff. I've really tried to make a conscious effort over the last few weeks of trying to train myself into the baking thing again, and really it doesn't take that long. I just probably, it would be great to have like a day, not a whole day, but a couple of hours to sort of bake a few things for the week or have them set up somehow. But I was trying to go through the pre-mixed cake mixes that I've got right now so I can do my original cakes and stuff I used to do. I am trying to go through all that kind of stuff and then set myself up to do baking from scratch myself, just because it has less additives and stuff in it. Like the cake mixes and stuff, when I scanned them, were pretty high in things, but not surprising because they've got to sit on the shelf and they've got to last. They've got to have like 12 months expiry, you know, so it's not surprising. But just little changes is what I'm trying to do. I'm also not going to take away complete treats ever. Like, it's not like we're never going to have chocolate, we're never going to have like bags of multi-pack chips and stuff. Of course I'll have that. What I just don't want to do is I don't want to put that in the kids' lunchbox every single day. I'm just trying to make conscious choices of better intake for all of us, me included, because if that stuff's here at the house and I've got the night off and Joe's got the night off, well, we have a party here. We'll have like chips and chocolate and God knows what. And if he's got a whole week off like last week, well, that would have been disastrous. Like normally it would be like every night we'd be having some sort of fun treat and stuff. So it's just trying to make better choices, and that's the aim, and that's where I'm sort of heading. So I just wanted to share the app with you because I thought it was very interesting. Like I said, I'm always scanning stuff now. It's a little bit obsessive, which the other mum had warned me, and I was like, oh, I'll be right. No, it's like if I go to the supermarket for something, like one thing, if I wanted, I don't know, I'm doing my top-up shop and I'm like, I've got to buy bread. Okay, what bread? It would be okay. I'm quickly scanning every loaf, trying to figure out. That app scans amazing, by the way. It scans better than the Uber app when I'm doing someone's Coles shop. It will sometimes scan, like a lot of that stuff in there I haven't even scanned. It's picked up a barcode as I've moved my phone around or something in the supermarket. So it's actually really, really good. But yeah, I could just, you know, little changes here and there, and so easy to use, you know what I mean? And the online thing, like you can do it online. That's just a game changer, really. Like it's made life a little bit easier. When I've done my grocery list for my main shop, I was able to go online and scan some barcodes and just find the better product, and that's what I did. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please stick around for the next video because I will be going through the things that I'm going to try to change in the pantry. So if you want to know what I'm doing and try to follow that journey with me, then definitely look at it. Obviously I still want to make sure I'm got food for busy mums type thing because I'm a busy mum. So that's the whole point of this channel for me now, is trying to find better alternatives, but things that also won't take up too much time. So the pasta sauce, for example, I don't really need to make it from scratch because I've scanned the jar, I've looked at it all, I'm like, it's not so bad, you know. So you know, I can just make choices that way. So yeah, stick around, have a look at the next video, see what I'm doing in my pantry and how bad things are. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys probably tomorrow. We'll see. Okay, thanks guys, bye.